Hello. At the time I'm writing this, it's the day after April Fool's Day, and you're listening this a week after April Fool's Day. Today, I want to talk about Deadpool. I haven't bought it because I dislike Secret Lairs, but Wizards released a Secret Lair featuring a bunch of cards with Deadpool yesterday. The cards are all, I'll be honest, they're all really quite funny, both in their flavor text and in their art. And they do fit the character of Deadpool quite perfectly. My one question is, why isn't he silver bordered? Or acorn stamped, as they'd like us to say. Sure, his mechanics do fit on a magic card, but his flavor really doesn't. Deadpool is a thoroughly unserious character, and that used to be what we used the silver border for, wasn't it? Do they seriously fear that people won't buy up the very, very limited quantity of the Secret Lair if they make it be not technically legal, quote unquote, in Commander? If anything, since Secret Lairs are limited in quantity now, shouldn't all copies of this go to real fans of Deadpool who want it just for the sake of having a card that has Deadpool on it, instead of those buying it just for the mechanics? Wouldn't it further that goal if Wizards made the silver border in a not every product is for you kind of way, as they love saying? Who am I kidding? I know why it isn't. We all do. It's because doing it like this generates more FOMO. The non-foil version of this card is already sold out and it's just been a day. Wizards of the Coast is so fixated on what will generate the most hype and, let's be real, what will generate the most money, that they don't stop to think about the health of the game, about the health of the community. The Wizards of the Coast of today doesn't give a flying fuck about us or about the health of their game. The only thing that matters to them is the stockholders' line going up. The only thing that matters to them is Hasbro's line going up. SpongeBob, Deadpool. I wouldn't be surprised if my Gloryhammer Secret Lair actually happened with the pace they're going at. So, let's look back at a time when Wizards of the Coast actually cared about the flavor of the game that we all love. Let's look back at the cheese stands alone. The cheese stands alone, and what happened with it is the exact opposite of my gripes with Wizards' modern approach to card design. The cheese stands alone is an enchantment from Unglued, that does stuff that's unimportant. The thing is, people loved the card. The design was lovely. It was a unique design space that hadn't been explored, that they explored with Unglued. So, they could have just reprinted it in a black border to make it legal, because people were demanding them to. But instead, they didn't do that, because that would hurt the game's flavor. They instead made a card with an identical effect, but a name, art, and flavor text that fit the universe of Magic. They made Barren Glory. Now, I see you typing a comment. I see you saying, whoa, what about Doctor Who and The Walking Dead? What about Fallout? And I'll be honest, I feel the same way about those universes too. I firmly believe that all Universe Beyond cards should have been silver border from the start, with some being given Universe Within treatments in a black border later on in their lifespan. Not only would that have allowed Magic's flavor to stay magical, but it would have made it easier for those who don't want those characters in their decks to play with those cards. Sure, proxies and alters do exist, but not all game shops allow proxies and not all people have the money for alters. And maybe, just maybe, it would reduce the shock that people feel when you tell your commander pod that you want to play a silver-bordered commander. My favorite commander of all time is Surgeon Commander. He makes for a lovely 5-color aura deck that I still need to explain in Rule Zero conversations, because people are so shocked at seeing a silver border that they don't even stop to think about the rules of the card. Surgeon Commander doesn't fundamentally break the rules of Magic, just like Deadpool. And exactly the same way as Deadpool, he has mechanics that fit in Magic. but his flavor doesn't. He's this weird bat-wombat snake hybrid that does surgery on whatever plane Unsanctioned is supposed to be on. But even then, I'll be real, he's a lot closer to the high fantasy of the wizards and the warriors that we've grown to love than Deadpool or Spider-Man are. Commander as a format shouldn't be about playing the most powerful thing, about picking the card that makes your deck work, the card that makes your deck tick. It should be about expression and art. And it shouldn't matter if a card you play is technically legal, as long as it fits the deck you're building. So, why shouldn't Universe Beyond be Silverboard? Genuinely, if you've got an argument against that, please let me know in the comments, because I do want to hear those arguments. But that's all for today. This video was originally meant to be a short, but I just had too much to say to cram into a few minutes. I hope you enjoyed it regardless, and if you did, consider giving it a like or even subscribing. If you didn't enjoy it, you're probably not hearing this, let's be real. But if you are, feel free to dislike and voice your criticism in the comments. This has been Snevolution, and thank you for watching.